Hi guys, welcome to the first ever episode of Winner Wednesdays where me, Fahed Sheikh, will be breaking down the market. The Indian stock market was closed yesterday due to Ambedkar Jayanti, but global markets were opened and I was tracking the market. Dow Jones rallied last night, and yesterday was also a major announcement by Prime Minister Modi where he extended the lockdown until 3rd of May, which was not taken by the market sportingly, and therefore we had a big collapse on the second half, which I'll be showing later. The market opened higher as suggested by Dow Jones because usually our market follows what the American market is doing because it's sort of a leading market, and we opened higher compared to where we closed on Monday. And then around noon, where European market opened, it opened with a negative bias, and then we start falling aggressively. Nifty fell around 400 points from the top, and Bank Nifty 1600 points. Now, for people who are not aware of what Nifty and Bank Nifty is, I'll be explaining what it is. These two are indices. Nifty 50 is made up of India's 50 most valuable companies. For example, Reliance, Cipla, Tata Motors, just to name a few. I'll be attaching a screenshot with the listed companies. And Bank Nifty is an index which comprises of banking stocks like HDFC, Kotak, ICICI, just to name a few. Now, depending on how the stocks are performing within the index performs as a whole. So, if majority of the stocks are going up, so will the index. So, if the Nifty stocks are going up, Nifty will follow, and vice versa. If it's falling, it will fall, and if it is not moved, some are performing well, some are not performing well. It is some sort of a tug of war where, it's just sideways. Market keeps drifting. I have been thinking of starting a YouTube channel about something I'm passionate about, that is trading, since quite a while. But after this crisis, I really went ahead and took the initiative. So hopefully, you guys keep supporting, and I will be uploading more valuable content. Now, based upon my previous video, I was asked by a few people who watched it that what exactly do I trade and how do I trade it? Well, how do I trade it is a long topic. It can't be covered in a 10-minute video. That is for some time later. But what do I trade? I'm a futures and options trader. And I'll be showing on the chart a bit of chart reading basics if you are new to trading and you would like to know how do I exactly trade and how to read the chart. Yeah. So let's switch to the screen. Now, in the chart, and for some of you who are seeing a chart for the first time, I will explain a few things. In the bottom side, you can see the timing. Each candle has 4 prices in it: open, which you can see here, open, the high, the close, and low. So when market opened today, what was the open of that very bar? At 9:15, you can see the timing over here. You can see the timing mentioned over here as well, and you can see 4 prices: the open, the high, close, and low. And this will change as you move your cursor on the respective bar. So this is the opening bar candle. Now this is called time frame, where you get the information for that 15 minutes. So market opens at 9:15. So this candle gives you the information of open, high, low, and close within that 15 minutes. So as you can see, this is a red wick, a red candle, as in it opened here and it fell. So that's why it's a very big red candle. And now this is a green candle. So as you can see, there is a small line coming out, a black one. So why is it not fully red? Because that is called a wick. So where this red bar ends, that's the close, and the wick indicates the low. So it closed a bit higher than the low. Similarly, it opened here, as you can see the green bar, it opened here and it had fallen earlier lower, and then it shot up, it spiked up. So earlier this candle was a big green candle like this in terms of body, but then it closed lower. So this is the closing price. So a green candle is made when the close, that is this, is higher than the open. And a red candle is made when the close is lower than the open. So you can see this is the close, this is the open. This is the open, lower open, higher close, lower open, higher close. Here you can see it starts making, so market stopped rising like I mentioned around the European session. This is around 12:30, and you can see what happened after this. Now this is the Nifty 50 chart and on 15-minute time frame. Now let me explain you the basis of time frame and the importance of it. Now once I make it a 30-minute chart, it will give me the information for the 30-minute activity. For this instance, Nifty 50. So it will give me the information, so the open, low, high and close for 9:15 till 9:45. So for the 30 minutes. This will give me from 9:45 till 10:15. So as you can see, this is the opening bar, the opening timing of this bar, and then you have to add 30 minutes, so your time frame on it. This is 10:15 to 10:45 and so on. That's it. You can even make it 2 hours, you can make it 1 hour, you can make it as what you can even make it daily. So just one candle is one day. The whole candle represents one day. You get the information of today. So this is what you can see, and this can indicate how it has been since the corona news has come in the market. You can see what a dramatic fall we have had. These each candle represents one day. You can't take a day trade based on a daily candle. So therefore we need to come to smaller time frames. There's 10, there is 5, there is 3. Now of course the lower the time frame it is, the more number of candles you'll get. And sometimes it can give a bit too much information, which can also cloud your judgment. So you have to make sure that you take the right judgments at the right time. For that, I'll be also sharing my knowledge, what I've gained over the past 5 years of trading, of how to reduce the noise and making better entries. So you can see this is a more clearer chart. If you make it even 1 hour, you will get only 6 candles. Here you can see. So it's even now, it's of course sometimes it can be a bit too late to take a good opportunity for a move, but this is what I want to explain. Like for example, this last hour was brutal. You can see the high and the low. We fell dramatically. Now, this is Nifty 50, but you can't actually buy or sell this. So therefore, there is futures, Nifty futures. To keep it simple, Nifty futures is what you can buy and sell. You can of course refer this chart, and this is the only chart you get to see which is permanent. You can have this historic data, you can see charts back 10 years or even more, but this futures chart, it gets expired. So for example, this is like a canned food as an expiry date, and for this futures, every last Thursday of a month is the expiry date where this will die, you can say, and then the next month, so the May future will. Either you can sell futures. So of course, if you bought on Monday and it opened gap up today, you had quite a lot of opportunity to sell for a profit, because you could see it had some sort of a resistance as in it did not rise further, and then it gave some indication. Now you can start seeing that the candles start getting red. You can see it start making lower lows, so it start falling more. When it was rising, it was making higher highs, higher lows. These are the basics of finding if something is rising or falling, and if it's continuing to rise or fall. Here you could see it's kept making lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and so on, until here where traders started booking their profit before some time around market close, or it was a very overwhelming amount of profits for some for a single day, because normally market doesn't fall, but since we are in this very volatile times because of corona, this happened, and of course the lockdown was extended. So this was Nifty for you. There are many ways you could get in, have entries, and that will be explained later. Now I want to share the concept of options. Now you can see this is Nifty options 16th. So what does that mean? Like futures, this also has an expiry date. This is the weekly expiry. So every week, this options have a expiry. Now, what exactly is an option, if you ask? Option can also be like an opinion. There are two sides of it, call and put. So this CE represents call and this PE represents put. When Nifty goes up, call rises and put falls. And when Nifty goes down, call falls and put rises. When Nifty falls, put rises and call falls. When Nifty falls, call falls and put rises. I'll try to show you in the chart. As you can see, market opened higher. This put, it opened lower because market opened higher. So that's why this fell. It opened with a gap down, and Nifty opened with a gap up and it start falling further as Nifty started rising further. Similarly, you can see this is the 915 bar, the opening bar, that it opened a bit higher. Yes, it was met with some selling immediately. Options depreciate as well, which will be explained also in future videos because it's a complex subject for a beginner. And then as it proceeds further, as Nifty starts making higher highs, this also starts making higher highs. Once Nifty stops rising, call stops rising. Once Nifty starts falling, call starts falling. Now, options are a volatile and a very risky subject. Of course, the gains are according to that. But I want to give you an extent on a very volatile day like today with a dramatic one sided move, a 110 rupee option. So, at its highest today, it was 110 rupees. It fell more than 90% to less than 8 rupees. Now that was call for you guys. Let's go to put. As you can see, when market opened higher, put opened lower, and then it continued to fall lower as market started rising higher, and then it stopped falling at one point. You could start seeing green candles. We call this candle. And then after a while it took off. As the market fell, it just skyrocketed. I was in this trade in around this bar at 52.50 or 52.30, something like that, 40 lots. And I will explain you guys the concept of lots and quantity. Now, in Nifty, one lot equals to 75 quantity. 10 lots is 750, 40 lots is 3000, and 100 is 7500. Now, of course, you can also make two lots, three lots, five lots, 15 lots. You can do any number of lots, and that each number has to be multiplied by 75. That's the quantity. So to make it simpler to understand, 10 points in 750 quantity, so that is 10 lots. So 10 points in 10 lots equals to 7500. That is profit or loss. If you take a loss of 10 points in 10 lots of 10 points, this is 7500. Now 10 points in 3000 quantity, which I traded today, is 30,000 rupees. 10 points. So if I buy at 52 and then sell at 62, and if I buy it at 152 and sell it at 152, which of course you have to hold on, it can be a profit of 3 lakh rupees. What you can do and how much you can make is totally up to you and your trading capital, of course. So I was in this trade. I will attach a screenshot of my exact order at the exact time and seconds, and you can see the exact lots how it came. So when the order was executed, now of course I couldn't sell it at the top because I didn't see that coming, I didn't expect that. But I just want to emphasize on the fact that this is 15 minutes, right? 15-minute candle. I bought at 52. So let's, you can see in the corner here, it will show the price 52. Within the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes, you see 8 rupees, 8 points. Next bar, you see, so next 15 minutes, you see 10 almost. And then you see 30. So 30 points in 3000 quantities, 90,000 rupees. And then this continues rising dramatically. I entered within this bar, and in an hour, it was 100 points higher. So that's a pretty extreme move to be in. And this, if you might be wondering, what is this lower bar? This is the volumes where you can see how many people are buying. You can see 2.2 million. So as many people buy or sell, the bigger the bar will be. You can see the green bars are lower here because lesser people were trading here. They didn't buy as much. Here, a big quantity was sold. You can see in millions, you can see, and which is in 100,000, you can see in 100,000. So 953,000 options were traded within 11:15 bar and 11:30. So this is pretty much it. You can see in this bar there was 2.77 million. I hope you guys understand the potential this holds. And if there's any question, please feel free to comment, ask me, and I will be answering them. And if there's any particular topic you would like me to make a video on, I would do that as well. So let me guys know, and I will be back next week with next episode of WINR Wednesdays. Kindly subscribe to the Telegram in the description box so you are more in touch with me, and I try to give some analysis or maybe some updates during the market. And so you can hear from me more often, because yes, I can't make video every single day, but I try to do this as frequently as possible. So hope you guys have a great day ahead, and see you next week. Thank you.